Okay, we'll read through the principles of organization. You're able to see the screen? Principles of organization. More or less, you know a little bit about this, all these things. Sometimes before we discussed, but we'll go through today. And again, in the further class, you will have detailed analysis. Unity of command is one principle. What is unit of command? କହିପାରିବୁ କି?
सर एका सहित गोटे कमांड उपरे काम करियो
Partly correct. We studied it earlier. Unit of command means there should not be no conflict between the command. Suppose तमे instruction पाउच तुमको 2-3 लोक कहते काम करें तमे फाइनली what to do, where to listen, all these things. Suppose your mother is telling something, your father is telling something. That is one situation. Other situation is only your father is giving all the direction. So you know you have to listen your father or your mother. But if you have different people giving instruction, giving direction, then you are confused. You don't know whom to listen, what to do. So you will be in confusion state. So that is unit of command. So the main command should come from the top level, one person to everyone, whoever subordinates. Unit of direction is similar to that, but different is unit of direction means everyone is working towards the same objective, same goal, same aim. Suppose you are doing something and your colleague is doing something. Whatever example I have given earlier, you are targeting to save some money at your home. But your sister, your brother is targeting to spend more. They are unnecessarily spending more. So that means they are not in that direction, whatever direction you all has decided. So everyone should work towards the same goals, same objectives, same target. That is unit of direction. Unit of command and unit of direction. Chain of command. Chain of command means mostly related to communication. Unit of direction, unit of command, both the same. Chain of command and unit of command. That means everyone is getting the same command, or there is a proper protocol, proper definition of command, what is coming from the top to bottom. Suppose one director is getting some information, one peon is getting some information, one supervisor is getting some information. All this information are same. So that means there should be a way that once the information is passed, it is going to everyone. So that is the proper chain one should establish in one organization. That is chain of command. Span of control. Span of control is something related to the number of workforce. Suppose one manager, one director, one supervisor. How many people are working with them? It again depends on the nature of the work. Maybe sometimes 4 people, sometimes 40 people. It depends their capacity, their nature of the work, and a lot of things. So span of control is one important topic. It is there in your syllabus. We'll discuss in detail. But as of now, you remember there should be some control in each node, each activity, uh, each management node. Suppose one person, how many people can organize, can instruct, can report to him, that is span of control. Standardization. Standardization is uniformity. You are doing something, so you cannot do whatever, however you like. You have to follow certain standard. Suppose you are painting, I was giving that same example. You are painting a carpet. So there should be some standard to use, what type of color, what type of threads. So you cannot apply your own thought. Suppose you are making shirts or pants. So there is a standard to use the buttons, use the color, use the stitching mechanism. So all these standards you have to follow. You have to do that in a uniformity. So that is standardization. Coordination, coordinating between the organization, between the department, between the people, between the different functions. That is coordination. Responsibility and authority. Responsibility is whenever someone is doing something, whether that person is responsible or not. So you have to judge how, based on the work progress, based on the complexity, based on the person's past record. So whether the person is responsible or not. So based on that, you have to allocate the work. Authority is same. I was discussing sometimes earlier. Authority comes along with responsibility. So if you are responsible, definitely you should have some authority to perform your job. And you have to give the required authority to that person, required authority and required responsibility. Once the person is having that, then you can get a better output. Accountability. Accountability is answerability. Or if that person is doing the work properly or not, accountable or not, or taking all responsible how he is working. So that means suppose you are getting a work from your home. So your father is telling something to manage. So he is going to ask you. You can ask your friend, you can do the work by your own or whoever may be. But ultimately he is going to ask you whether the work is done or not. That is accountability. So you are responsible, you are answerable for that work. Delegation. Delegation is one very important concept. It is there in your syllabus. We'll read through it in detail. But as of now, you remember delegation means uh, giving your work to someone. Suppose you got some work which you want to delegate to a person, delegate to your uh, friends, delegate to your subordinate. So that is delegation. For example, you are not able to complete the work. So you part of the work you are assigning to someone who can do it better. So that is delegation. Unless you delegate, you see you cannot do the work properly. So delegation is one important thing in management. Downsizing. Downsizing what? Suppose in your organization or in your shops or in your business, you feel that more number of people, more number of resource or something which is there in your organization which is not required. You are getting rid of all these things. For example, you have uh, 20 people to work. So you suddenly realize there is no need of having 20 people. You can manage the work in 18 people or 15 people. So what you are doing? You are removing those 5 people, extra people whoever are there in your organization, that is downsizing. You can do it for manpower, you can do it for time, you can do it for money. Whatever you don't need, you can reduce that. That is downsizing. In one sense, you can have the appropriate people, appropriate resources for your dealering. Dealering is a new term. Dealering is, suppose one big business is going to stop some project, some department, which is not adding any values, which is not giving any profit to the organization. That is dealering. Suppose one company is having one office in Indonesia or in different country or in different city, which is not giving any input to the organization. Input in terms of money, in terms of research, whatever. The company decided to close or shut down that office, that location. So that is dealering. So they are taking action on that. Next 2 points are very important: line and staff relationship, matrix relationship. Matrix and line and staff. These are also there in your syllabus. These are different functions of organization, different principles of organization. Right now, I will explain you and giving some meaning. What you understand by line organization? Line organization is something. Suppose you are working in an organization, you are reporting to a manager. You are a programmer or you are a production engineer. You are doing some work, you are reporting to a manager. That is your line manager. You are organizing, you are reporting, you are answering to that manager. That is your line manager. But in staff relationship, one organization is divided into different functions. What I was telling, you are a production engineer. Production is one department. So there are different production people are there. So entire production people are not responsible for entire things. So you need help from IT, you need help from uh, HR, you need help from sales, you need help from accounts. So there are different department working. So in one sense, so whoever working under sales, under IT, under HR, they have their one manager. That is staff. They are supporting staff. So they have a manager. So that means that is the staff relationship among that functions. Matrix relationship what? The combination of both. Suppose you are working in production, but you are also answerable to IT, HR, or operation. So that means you are having two managers, two supervisor, two boss. So you are answerable to your manager plus you are answerable to operation manager. So that is matrix relationship. I can show you one graph, you can understand better. So these two you remember now for the meaning, then we'll discuss with example in more detail. Departmentalization. Departmentalization is what you are grouping and making your own department based on their functions. Like suppose production is one department, advertisement is one department, sales is one department, marketing is one department, or whoever is doing accounts or finance is one department, HR is one department. So you are dividing your organization into different departments based on their individual functions, individual work nature. One important thing is line, staff, and matrix. In that I'll show you one graph. See, here you can see the screen. There are different functions: engineering, operational, financial, others. Others means you can put anything like HR, IT, or housekeeping, whoever. So with all their support, you are working. So all these are reporting to the main head, general manager. And in the left hand side, you can see some company, they arrange their organization based on the project. Project 1, project 2, project 3, XYZ, like that. Suppose there is one project. In the red star in this box, you are working. This is what I was telling. This person who are in the red, they are having two managers, two supervisors. That means that person who are in the red is working under project X and also reporting to operational. That means he is answerable to two person. He is working in the project X and also a people from operation team. That means that is matrix ransom. And the same box is also here. I was telling you are an engineer, you are doing the production. So you are working in a project X. So that means you are responsible projectors, but project X require people from all the departments. It requires people from engineering, it requires people from operation, it requires people from finance, HR, all these things. So combination of all these people will work here and they report to project manager X and also their respective team. So that means it's a combination of both line and staff. You got some idea? You're able to understand line
Yes.
and staff? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understand, sir.
So that is one important topic, line and staff. And the combination of both line and staff are matrix.
Yes, sir.
These are the main functions within the organization. So whatever I was talking, the principles, unit of command, unit of direction, chain of command, span of control, division of work, standardization, coordination, responsibility, authority, accountability, delegation, downsizing, delaying, line and staff, matrix, and departmentation. These are the main functions under the organization. Out of this, you will have detailed course in span of control. One thing we'll study. Coordination is another thing. Within coordination, we have responsibility and relationship. Delegation is one important topic. Line and staff organization, matrix organization is another important topic. These are there in the syllabus. This may come as short notes or maybe in long notes. Once you understand, you can write your answer under this. So the first thing is you have to understand the concept. If anything out of this you are not able to understand, let me know. We'll talk about that again.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, we got everything.
This is your class for today. I will share this, and again you will have class day after tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.